Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can take a super cheap can of tuna and make it into a delicious meal. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. We do a lot of simple cooking over here. We do a lot of meals for one, single servings, things like that. So if you like that kind of content, be sure to hit subscribe. Now, today we're talking canned tuna. Not gonna lie, not my favorite ingredient. I don't love a can of tuna. I think it sometimes gives cat food. I don't like the way it smells. It's not the vibe, but it's so affordable, it's so accessible, and it's so high in protein. 20 grams of protein in this can. It is one of the most efficient ways to get your protein in, and it's a shelf stable. Like, there's a lot of reasons we love it. So I'm constantly looking for ways to use tuna to make it delicious. And today I do believe I have cracked the code. We're making tuna cakes, like a crab cake, but with tuna instead. I'm going to show you a very basic recipe, and I'm also going to give you some ideas how you could elevate it if you're working with like some extra money in your budget, or if you've got, you know, more things laying around that you can throw in. But the basic recipe can totally be altered to fit your, you know, specific tastes and needs. So with that, let's get started, because I am going to be eating these for my lunch today. So for the basic recipe, we're going to be using a can of tuna. It is a 5-ounce can of tuna. We are going to drain it. We don't want any of that fun fish liquid in there. We're just going to use the tuna. We're also going to be using breadcrumbs. I picked Italian style because that is what Aldi had. You could use panko. You could also use crushed up saltines, chopped up Ritz crackers. You could like use actual old bread, like throw a slice of bread in the toaster and crumble it up. You don't have to go and buy breadcrumbs. However, these are like $1 at Aldi, which is a good deal. Next, we're also using an egg. However, if you follow me, you know I raise quail, which is weird, okay? I'm using quail eggs. About 4 quail eggs equals 1 chicken egg. So for you, you're gonna use a chicken egg, but guys, I'm a bargain girl. I'm not gonna go buy chicken eggs if I don't have to. So I'm gonna be using these quail eggs. As far as our seasonings go, we've just got onion powder and garlic powder. That's what we're going with. We're also going to be using some salt and pepper. And in the end, I am also gonna show you some really fun things to make it look like you got these at a restaurant and not for like, I don't know, $1. So let's get going. All right, here is our tuna. Nice and strained. And now we're going to crack our eggs. Of course, it takes a lot more time when you've got quail eggs and you gotta have these cute little scissors. But we love our quail in this house, and their eggs are delicious. They just taste exactly like a chicken egg. They work exactly the same, so it's easy. Now for our breadcrumbs, we're gonna use 1/4 cup. And this is going to give us a little extra flavor because I did choose the Italian version. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna add more powders. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of each. Now here's a point where if you've got some extra ingredients or some extra dollars to throw in, some fresh onions, chopped up really tiny, nice and minced, would be delicious in here and add another great texture. Also, some fresh garlic would also elevate this a lot, if you have any. You could also add, if you want like it to be a little spicy, throw a little dash of cayenne pepper in there. It would be so tasty. You also could throw in a few veggies at this point as well, as long as you mince them up really small, because you want them to cook with everything when we go to fry them up. So like I said, a little bit of minced onion would be delicious in here. If you had a green pepper, or maybe like a jalapeno if you wanted to like up the spice factor. As long as you're chopping it up really small, throw anything in there. I'm also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And just a dash of pepper. I'm not gonna measure it. I'm just gonna throw it in there like this. Now we're gonna mix it all up. All right, there we go. Okay, so you can portion these out a couple of ways. You can make one giant patty. You could also, I'm gonna do 2 like smaller patties. You could also make this into meatballs. you know, be creative with it. If you're going to make this and like put it in a sandwich, like a big patty would probably work really well. I'm eating mine like on their own, like how you get like a crab cake in a restaurant. So I'm gonna do little cakes, but let your imagination run wild. Wow, I did just the worst job ripping off a piece of parchment paper. It's fine. Okay. I'm cutting it in half best I can. All right, I'm gonna make it into a patty. Look at our cute little patties, okay? Excellent. Now we gotta heat some oil up. A quick note as well, you can cook these in the air fryer. Totally, it would work great. However, I'm gonna cook them in oil on a pan because I think they're gonna be just a little crispier and a little bit more delicious. Higher in fat, yes, but I want them to taste really good, so that's the way I'm gonna cook them. But totally do this in your air fryer if you want to, it will work. And I'm not gonna drown it in oil here. I'm not like, you know, deep frying it. We're just gonna get it, you know, a nice little, a pan toast, okay? And this is just vegetable oil. All right, I'm just gonna pop these into my hot pan. And they're gonna take about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So also a very quick meal. All right, it's been like 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and flip them. Maybe, come on, there we go. Ooh, look at how crispy. Oh yeah, these are gonna be so good. All right, they look perfect. Time to plate them up. All right, and like I said earlier, I'm gonna jazz these up a little bit to really give them that restaurant style quality. So the 3 things I'm going to be using, number 1, aioli, garlic Parmesan aioli. I got this at Aldi, it was like $2. I had never seen it there before, so I'm not sure it's there all the time. However, use whatever sauce you like. Use ranch, throw a little mayo on there, a little Dijon. Use whatever sauce you like, or don't use sauce at all. If you're not a sauce person, skip the sauce. I just thought this would be good. I'm excited about it. So I've got that. I also am gonna do a little bit of lemon juice. You don't have to use fresh lemons. You could also use the type that just keep in the fridge in the bottle, or you could do like lemon pepper inside of our mixture when you add your seasonings, and that would also give you a little citrus twist without having to get a lemon. And the last thing I'm gonna do is some parsley, because it's pretty. I honestly, I think we've talked about this before, you guys. I don't think parsley tastes like anything. I don't know why, but for me, it's a whole lot of nothing, but it looks nice. So we're throwing parsley on it, okay? A restaurant would throw parsley on it. Just gonna throw a little bit of juice on there. Not a lot, just a little. All right, now for our aioli. Oh, I want it to be pretty, but the hole on this is really big. Okay, it's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be gloppy. Okay, does this look like an artistic choice? Wow, the thumbnail's gonna be terrible now, you guys. I really wanted a drizzle. It is what it is. Okay. The parsley's gonna do it. There we go. Wow, so beautiful. Do I need another dot right there? Okay, there we go. Look at these. Do they look restaurant quality? No, the aioli really let me down with the size of the hole in the bottle, but it's okay. They're gonna taste incredible. I just know it. All right, obviously we need to do our little taste test. You can see what it's like inside. Pretty usual patty-like. It's so good, you guys. And that aioli is delicious. If you see it at your Aldi, you should pick it up. This is such a good way to enjoy a can of tuna. I'm very impressed. I'm impressed with myself. I also think these would freeze well if you wanted to make, you know, some meals for the future. I do think they would freeze quite well. And how much protein? Well, there's like, what, 6 grams of protein in an egg, so there's like 13 grams of protein in each patty. That's great, you guys. And there you go. I hope I've proven to you that you can take a can of tuna and make it into something delicious. Of course, let me know what you thought of this video. If you have a favorite way to enjoy canned tuna, I would love to hear it down below because it is just one of those weird ingredients for me that I have to kind of get creative to enjoy. Of course, come back for more content like this. Be sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!